Many business owners here in downtown Bozeman say the sub-zero temperatures last week out here prevented people from going in here. Angela, Montana State University has several different levels of lockdown depending upon the situation. Officials say this is the first time that they can remember of locking down the entire campus. Tomorrow, the 36 head of cattle in this pen will be off to South Dakota. Senior leaders from Bozeman Deaconess Health will be updating the community on their construction timeline goals, where the project currently stands, and what services will be offered here in Big Sky. Not many people were on campus today during today's lockdown since the semester ended last week. But Alex says if those people were on campus, they would have done things the exact same way. And that's when Alverson put the victim in the trunk and drove off. A wall of people lined Grant Street in front of the student union holding signs in favor of our troops and gay rights. All while 3 members of the Westboro Baptist Church were across the street singing popular songs with modified lyrics.
Welcome to the last generation.
Hannah Ferrari was one of many MSU students across the street. She says she was there to support her town.
I just think everything that they support is absolutely ridiculous, and it's good to just show support in what Bozeman believes in, so it's good to be out and part of the crowd.
Some people oppose the Westboro Baptist Church across the street, surround them, shouting and drowning out their songs of the group. The Westboro Baptist Church then went to Bozeman High School, where the Bozeman Police Department put barricades surrounding them, keeping the counter-protesters away. Some MSU students, like Chad Dawkin, followed the group.
We are here to irritate them and make them feel as awkward as possible because Bozeman is a free-loving town and we don't want people preaching hate.
The members of the Westboro Baptist Church in Bozeman today say it doesn't matter how the people surrounding them feel. In fact, they say they love the reaction they got.
And this is our target audience. It's great when they come out and see the words for themselves.
All the high school administrators were outside keeping the crowd in line. Bozeman Public School Superintendent Rob Watson told me that elementary administrators were watching the bus transfer location away from the protest. In Bozeman, Cody Butler, ABC Fox, Montana.
I rent things from here about every 2 weeks, at least once a month.
Beartooth Signs owner Alan Schwamlin was surprised when he went to return a dump trailer to Titan Machinery in Bozeman today and the gate was locked. He says he rented the trailer 2 days ago.
I didn't know they were closing when I rented it, but so be it. I'll find another place to rent from, I guess.
Titan Machinery, which sells and rents agriculture and construction machinery, says it's closing 8 stores altogether across the country to put the company in a better position for future growth. Officials say some employees were offered positions at other Titan Machinery locations. In Montana, 38 people were not offered new positions with the company. 22 of those are in Bozeman. Russ Olson is the president of R&R Taylor Construction, just down the street from Titan Machinery. He says he used Titan Machinery to get the equipment he needs to complete some of his jobs.
We have some of Titan's equipment on our projects now. I don't know what we'll do when we go to turn it back.
Titan Machinery spokesman Kelly Larson says for now, people can still return their equipment where they got it.
Before they are officially closed, so there's a little bit of transition time. But yes, for new business, yes, they are closed.
In Bozeman and Big Sky, you have until April 25th to return your equipment to Titan Machinery. After that, you will have to go to Billings, Missoula, or Great Falls. Olson says he won't drive that far to rent equipment.
We've got good rental companies in the valley. I mean, there's several of them right in the Bozeman-Belgrade area, but they'll have to take on the load.
The gates here at Yellowstone National Park opened this morning at 7, and since then visitors have been coming into the park all day.
Oh, I guess we got here around noon.
Sandra Epplett is visiting Yellowstone from Canada. She says she left Canada hoping the national parks would reopen by the time they got here.
I'm thrilled we're here. Something I've dreamed of. I'm a teacher and this is what I used to teach.
Yellowstone National Park spokesman Al Nash says while not many people visit the park this time of year, people were still eager to visit Yellowstone.
Our visitation is fairly light this time of year, but we had people entering the gates within a few minutes of their opening today.
Nash says the park did lose some money during the shutdown.
We have lost some revenue from entrance fees, from the campground fees, sales of fishing permits.
According to a report from the Coalition of National Park Service Retirees, in the first 10 days of the shutdown, Yellowstone and surrounding communities lost about $9.4 million, about 3 times that of Glacier. Epplett says after spending a second day in Yellowstone tomorrow, she and her husband will have 16 days to hit more national parks.
We're hitting Zion and Bryce and Grand Canyon and all the places I always wanted to see.
Nash says while most of the roads and visitor centers are open, visitors will notice other things closed inside the park.
There is no place to buy a meal, and there are no other gift shops open.
Nash says the restaurants and gift shops in the park would have closed next week if the government shutdown wouldn't have happened. The Montana Department of Transportation is finishing up a traffic study at the intersection of Frontage and the Valley Center Road spur.
As a part of an engineering study, we'll take those numbers and perform some analysis to determine what we should do to address the crashes that are occurring at that location.
Montana Highway Patrol says there were 11 crashes at that intersection between 2011 and 2013. Yesterday, 30-year-old Carrie Friedman from Bozeman died after pulling out in front of a Dodge Ram here. But MHP records show she was only the second person that has died at this intersection in the last 4 years. Sergeant Pat McCarthy says it comes down to paying attention when behind the wheel.
Drivers need to pay attention to what they're doing in the vehicle, try to limit their distractions a little bit. If possible, put down the cell phone, pay attention to what they're doing, not be talking on the phone, not be adjusting the radio.
With the Interstate 90 interchange construction continuing, McCarthy says the 60-mile-an-hour road is getting more congested.
People are rerouting to the frontage road to avoid having to drive through that construction zone, and Bozeman continues to grow, and so there's a lot more traffic there.
The Montana Department of Transportation says they know this is a dangerous intersection. They say within the last 5 years, they've installed turn lanes and flashing lights, and they say they're looking to do even more.
The 2 recommendations that I'm aware of are either putting in a traffic signal at that location. The other option would be to actually close the intersection either temporarily or as a long-term fix.
MDT Butte District Administrator Jeff Ebert says the problem with installing the stoplight here is how close the intersection is to the railroad tracks. In Bozeman, Cody Butler, ABC Fox Montana.